No, yeah. So I remember like maybe 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, it's before the pandemic started. Uh, I went to this barbershop off of Melrose, and I called them too, and I was like, "Do you guys have a barber who, can specifically do a black woman's hair, give her a nice haircut?" Yeah, no problem. I made an appointment. Matter of fact, walked in right and got my hair. He was like, "Yeah." I showed him what I wanted. He was like, "Cool, cool." It was like when Rihanna cut her hair, like after the whole Chris Brown thingy, but she had her haircut before that anyway. But it was a cute haircut. Getting my hair, seeing my hair fall, fall on the ground, everything. And then when he was done, I see him reach for that little sponge thingy that y'all be using, that guys be using. And like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh no, like this is bad. This is gonna tear up my hair. So as soon as he picks it up, I say, okay, I don't think I need that. Matter of fact, I don't even need that. He, proceeds to do this with my hair and everything, and I can just feel it getting, locked up basically, or whatever it does. Coily. My hair's already
coiled and
coily.
whatnot. Yeah,
It's
and
already
that texture.
coily.
Yeah.
I was so pissed. Seeing my hair, I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't what I wanted. I looked straight up like a dude. Like it was not. It was I didn't stand for it at all, and it was just like I gotta get used to it because this is my hair.
Right.
What I'm gonna do. I don't got money for a wig like that, but like um, the growing out process was just yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've been through it. I know all about that. You have the aqua phases. I had the sponge phase. It's gotten a lot. They got like the little tennis rackets and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
Things. I'm
I
like,
don't think we need. I don't need that.
I mean, no, they
What?
all do different texture, different for different course of type of hair. I got 4CH, so I thickest things you can get through. It's real thick up here. My daughter gonna be blessed, but
Hey.
no, but for real, like I went through all that. I think I had a very easy hair journey though. Like I started off with a mohawk and we like grew
That's
out just like this part, and then like the two braids became popular. So I was like, as soon as that came, I got that, and then like so my transition was like it went along with all
it
of
made it
the
a little bit easier.
exactly.
I started. It's crazy. Like my mom started her natural hair process, her natural journey, and then like everybody's talked about her process. Like, why are you going natural? You don't want a perm. Da, 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 da. Like they saw my mom struggle in the gym. Like they wasn't with her shooting in the gym, but like low key, my mom was like, okay, the leader of this. And like since then, everybody in my family stopped doing the perms. It's all natural now, and it's because of her. But I used to like it's this thing like hair typing, the 4C, 4A, whatever. I used to do that like with my sister because I thought, oh, we blood, we got the same type of hair. No, not at all. So my journey was trying to figure out what works with me and not what works for my sister because our hair type is not the same. Hers is a little more, it's curly, but not mine is more coily, I guess. And mine absorbs more water.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's just weird how it works, but I love it. It is a love hate relationship. You gotta seriously like it's a struggle. It's just one of those relationships where it's like it's toxic, but I love you. I love it.
Yeah.
It's your crown.
Exactly.
It's like you have no choice but to love your crown.
Yeah, I just sorry, my cat is going a little crazy right now.
The cat Olympics in here right now.
He's doing his zoomies, what I call. And I'm gonna have to get him to stop in a little bit. T'Challa, chill. Now he wants to come join us on the couch.
Okay. I'm not a fan of cats.
Yeah,
I really.
And the irony that he never does anything, and I know all cat want to say he never does this when nobody around, but I swear he never does anything.
Yeah, whatever. I think that's bullshit.
I mean, he do it when I'm sweet, but that's cool. I'm not watching them. See, T'Challa and Shuri, everyone, they know.
I think T'Challa took a bump before we even started, and
Get some catnip.
it's okay. some extra catnip. It's cool. It's cool.
Oh man. But yeah, anyway, I guess we can, officially start the show. Everybody, episode 7 of the Melanated Report of season 3. It's your boy Cornell Westside, and today we are bringing a new co-host. Here we go. A new co-host today. Would you like to introduce yourself, lovely Dana?
Oh, thank you. My name is Dana. Thank you for having me, Dana Flowers. This is my first time, so I don't know what to expect. I don't think you're supposed to expect anything. I'm just letting it go and you're taking a lead.
I mean, we're just letting it flow. We're talking about some fun topics.
I'm excited. This is my first time doing any podcast or whatever. You might
have seen Dana in the opening credits. She was the girl that was doing the superhero thing and whatnot. Because she could teleport and whatnot. She like Nightcrawler, y'all.
I love superheroes.
man. And we're going to talk about a lot of that coming up in one of the other segments we got going on. So we're going to save that. So, we got a few topics and a few segments we're going to talk about today. First thing we're going to go into starting off is Long Live the DJ. Cue the title card. All right, we back now. And so today, and Long Live the DJ, we're going to talk about the obvious topic that's been going around. His was released last Friday. King, Kung Fu King. We got Kendrick Lamar released his 4th studio album, I think now. Is this his 4th? Okay.
I'm going to let you rock.
Studio album. We have Overly Dedicated and Section 80. But I think a official studio album started Good Kid, Mac City, then to Pimp Butterfly, Damn. And I think this will be his 4th official studio album. So we're going to go with that. 6th album.
Because the one before that, that was a mix. That was like
a Section 8.
Yes.
I think it was considered an album, but I don't think it's like a
before
studio
Section
album.
8. Now I have to go on Apple Music.
I know Overly Dedicated was an EP. And then we have in Black Panther.
Untitled.
I was going to say Black Panther and Untitled, but I don't necessarily consider those like studio. Well, I think Black Panther is a studio album, but I don't really consider Untitled a studio album because I feel like that was like throwaways. But if you consider that, then this will be his 5th.
Okay.
Or 6th.
Let's agree to disagree, but I'm just excited to talk about this album. Oh my goodness. I'm super excited to talk about this album.
So first thing we got is the album concept. So we see that it was broken up into 2 halves where we have section 1 and section 2. We're talking about for two different perspectives. Mm-hmm. And basically I feel like he's just going through, for me, I say it looks like he's just going through what could be anybody in the hood. Yeah. Just like typical people of, the 22 era. Of just like different things that people are going through. And also expressing himself as to what he's going through, as to what everybody else is going through, and saying that we all are going through our own things, including himself, and that's why he's saying like he took 1,000 some days off and whatnot, and one of the songs and whatnot. So that was what I got for the album concept. What do you think about it?
I think, well, like in each track, each song, he talks about like, his writing process and his and writer's block and what he did within those, 2 years of we not really hearing from Kendrick, and what has he been really doing?
4 years or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really know the length, the time length, but yeah, it's been a minute.
You got the albums right there. Why don't you look it up?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can do all that, but
so I mean, whatever. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool. the I just feel like the breakdown between part one and part two flows so great. It tells a story of what's happening, what happened, yes, with his life and what's happening right now, currently, and the relevancy is so kismet. Like it with this whole the pandemic, uh, the whole industry, the whole rap industry, um, what's happening with his life, with his infidelity, and what real relationships are. It's just, I feel like it's raw, and it's something that I haven't really heard in a minute, and it's just coming out at a perfect time. And mental health is so relevant now. It's even more talked. It's being talked about now more than ever. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's just, it hit on so many different levels. In the flow of part one and part two is just so electric. I can't explain it. It's just listening to it. The story flows so perfect. It's I give it like 10 stars. If you have like a 10-star banner, let's give it that
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
No, I agree, and it goes along with like most Kendrick albums, where like you got to sit back and actually listen to it, and have nothing else going on. You got to just like listen to all the words that's going on, and then it like presents itself as a movie. Yeah. So I was able to like see everything that was
very
going on.
visual. He made it very visual without even trying. Probably.
Exactly.
You probably even know that.
I mean, yeah, definitely. It made it so visual that he lent out to some actors to get into it. Taylor Page. I don't know if you know who she is.
Oh yeah.
She's from Zola, from Boogie and whatnot. And they collabed and got the track that everybody has been talking about, that we cry together. Sorry, I can't say W's and C's together at all. The mouth, gets me. I was about to say some shit. But anyway, that we cry together. That traumatic, brought up a lot of traumatic experiences that I know I've seen and witnessed. Yeah. Experienced maybe once or twice and whatnot. Not as wild as that one was. Yeah. But, so what do you think about how, I mean, we can talk about that song in particular, but just like the importance of getting back to lyrical music where like you can see things going on. Because a lot of people think like, this is a boring album. I'm tired of hearing all the stuff with Kendrick and the J. Cole's of the world. But I'm like, you need balance. Yeah. Like the radio's been taken over by, these particular type of artists. We need to have these other type of artists to, balance it out. We want to shake ass in the club, but we also, need to sit back and think about things different.
We'll talk for a little bit and then proceed to your regular scheduled program. No, I love it. I love listening to the words. Like, it was something, like I said before, it was something so raw and so intimate and very vulnerable. Like every artist who makes an album, of course, is going to be vulnerable because you're putting your heart and your emotions and you're all into this album, into your craft. This was just different. Like I said, we need that balance in between the chaos and the hype of, the turn up trap music or whatever. I'm all here for it. I love it. Love to shake my ass. I love it. But to sit down for a minute, sit back and really think about what you're listening to and how universal it is and the message behind each song or whatever he's saying at the time, I just feel like that's kind of lost sometimes in the midst of what's happening and what other artists put out. It's just, this was like a time to just sit back and chill. But then again, there is Kendrick throws his little his bangers in there, but this was definitely a sit back, chill. Oh shit, he's talking about me. Yeah. Let me check myself. And very triggering. Some of the songs. The We Cry, what is it? We Cry Together. Yeah, I love this. I didn't know that was Taylor Page. Of course, that was, you see her name on that, but like I didn't know that was her.
I was like, Taylor Page, I know that name. And Zola.
Yeah. I finally saw Zola, right? And then I didn't put
masterpiece in itself.
Yeah, it was amazing. 10 stars, right? But I didn't put the name to the voice until I had to like, she was in It Hit the Floor on VH1. Right. She was in there too. Amazing artist, but it was just like being a fly on the wall, like visually, like being a fly on the wall and listening into like your mama or your daddy arguing or whatever, and it kind of gave me flashbacks of Baby Boy.
Oh yes, exactly.
It gave me flashbacks of Baby Boy.
I hate you, Joey.
Yeah, no, fuck you, Joey. No, fuck me. It was just, it was. I couldn't finish all of it the first time because I was like, oh no, it was like that Malcolm Marie.
Oh yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, and I was like,
and I love all these things. Do I like trauma?
I think we, as a culture, we love it because we were born into drama. Yeah. We're forced into drama. Mm-hmm. I hate to take it back, but it's like we always have to take it back because we were stolen from our land, from our home place. So we started off with drama. I
agree. I guess to go back into drama. Well, actually, I'm gonna ask. So, what was your favorite drama?
I was waiting for you. So my favorite.
You played one of the bangers that I'm be skating to. That Die Hard.
All right, yeah, that's a good one. But the one that had me like stop and like, let me do a little rewind and play that again was Count Me Out. I love this record, this song. I'm going through something right now. We were talking about before this. I've been out here in LA for now 6-7 years now. And yeah, 6 years, July 2016 or 15, I'm not sure anymore. And I came out here to write and act, right? Just like everyone who moves out from a different place, whatever, comes out to live their dream. And I got stuck by doing something different. And I kind of got lost for a long time. And then things from my past just started to come and knock on my door and hunt me, and mental health issues that I didn't even think I had just started to come and surface me, surround me. And just throughout the whole pandemic and me starting back with my health journey and just everything, just starting to just say fuck it and let go and let God, this new energy, this aura that I have is just like, I'm ready to not bullshit no more and waste my time on self-sabotaging my own self, my own demons.
I hear that.
Because we all do that. Fear is just us standing in our own way, blocking us and creating this illusion that we create.
Right.
And I've done that for so long. And now I'm just like, I'm ready to start my life and live. And Count Me Out. It's just, he says, don't count me out. It's been about 100 times I keep counting myself out, but I'm still here. Don't count me out. Like I'm still here. No matter what gets in my way, I'm still here. Nothing's gonna get me down. I'm still gonna be here. It's so, it just speaks to me. It just makes me feel good. And then that's a song I've been dancing to. Yeah. When I told you I'll be dancing in the mornings, right. That's that song. It just gives me some type of good, positive energy, that vibe that I'm already feeling.
Right, yeah.
The passion is kicking in. I'm excited for what's to come. But Count Me Out, that's my song. What about you?
Me, right now, I haven't listened to it enough to actually pick. Now I know I asked you this question. Now I'm saying that, but I haven't listened enough to pick like and with every Kendrick Lamar album, my favorite song always changes. Yeah. Like with To Pimp a Butterfly, I think it started from King Kunta and went to These Walls Could Talk to Institutionalized to all that. So right now, I think my favorite one is with him, Baby Keem, and I can't think of the other one. Not Silent Hill, but Go Down. It's in the second half. Savior.
Savior.
Yeah. I don't know, the way Baby King just came with that track and he just like he rapped for like 2 minutes. I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, it's just like you know, it's like let's go. You know, it's just like it's one of them tracks like hit you like Meek and that hold on, wait a minute, them tracks that make that T Grizzly. It's like like you just be listening to you like yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you just keep going until you just keep feeling it and whatnot. And so I think that's my favorite one right now. Although, like, I don't know that hard is just smooth.
Oh yeah, that's
when I heard that, I was like, hey,
okay. All right, yeah, it's
the shimmy, go ba. I was like, okay.
No, it's really good. It's.
How do you say bro name? Blast?
I don't know. I'm not. Let's just say Blast.
Yeah.
That's like saying, what's the artist?
Six
Black. Yes.
It's Black.
By the way,
Black.
Amazing singer-songwriter.
Oh, definitely. Both of them.
By the way. But I don't know if it's Slacks or Black or
Black.
Six Black.
It's Black.
Is it Black?
Yeah.
Just with the sit up.
Yeah.
It's creative.
I mean, it's what you want it to be. It's
there you go. I love it. It's what you perceive it to be. Exactly. Boom.
No, but so I guess my next concept or thing that I want to talk about here, that we talk about favorite track, was Kodak Black. He was I'm seeing sort of a little relationship going on with here, kind of like I don't know if you noticed, Childish Gambino and Young Thug have like worked together a lot. Like they don't necessarily have it like credited, but like This Is America, Young Thug song, and like the whole first part of that whole song. Like that, yeah, ooh, that's Young Thug.
They collaborated together.
And
I didn't know that.
They've been doing that a lot. And like 21 Savage is with Childish Gambino as well, but J. Cole, like they got some like weird. Where it's like, you two work together all the time. But now I'm seeing this with Kendrick and Kodak. And the reason why I brought it up.
Can I just say?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I've been a Childish Gambino fan since the jump.
Oh yeah.
This whole like. We talk about what is it? I don't want to say dick riders, but what's another
bandwagon?
Yes, like I remember my friend Cameron back in college put me on to Childish Gambino when he had like his mixtapes.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, oh shit, like it's pretty dope. Mm. And then like fast forward now, it's just like, but we already.
Yeah, I had an ex that put me on to him.
It's always the exes.
But then I was like, he was lame when she put me on to him. But then he put out Because of the Internet. And I was like, who is this nigga? I was like, wait, who is this person? Mm-hmm. And I want you to say it. Would you? Oh,
I was like after his community days and shit.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That's so funny.
He had to get out of community to become a cool person.
He had to get a crawl before you walk?
Yeah.
Or a run?
Yeah. We definitely gonna get more into Childish Gambino and Donald Glover. You know the two different people. Yes. But Kodak Black, I was saying, do you find it interesting that he was on here, considering that he basically was like banished from LA, and just hasn't had good luck in LA, especially after what he said. Back to remind people what he said about. In his in a young dumb moment, I would say he said Lauren London's a whole widow right after Nipsey Hussle was tragically shot down in Los Angeles. Not the best thing to say and not the best time to say it at all. Yeah. But, I'm just going to chalk it up to him being young and dumb. I guess.
That's, you know what? And, like, that's, like...
highly disrespectful.
Yeah.
They said they will never play Kodak on the radio in Los Angeles ever again. And I wasn't mad at him.
I'm so speechless right now. I'm not speechless because, like, I'm speechless because it's like I like his music, but I'm not really like one of like his big fans and everything. I don't know. This is the redemption of Kodak Black maybe, or
Could be.
probably, I don't know.
Could be. I mean,
But
you know,
what's
Detroit
happening.
Red had to become Malcolm X.
There you go. there, and that's all I have to say on that.
But
I
in
don't
this
know.
generation, that's hard to do. But that's a whole nother topic.
He's on this. He's on this like 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, he has a whole spoken word piece in one of the interludes.
I had to
Rich
stop.
interlude. Yeah,
I was like, who the fuck? Who is this? Is
I had listened to it like
That's
5 times in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, I think that's the most eloquent thing I've ever heard him say.
Philosophical.
I'm like, who wrote this shit? I'm like, he probably wrote this shit too.
Like, this is like preaching. Like, he was preaching for a minute, and I was like, okay, I'm
like, we need more of this, Kodak.
All right.
You know, we need more of the balance.
He cut his hair.
He did.
No more
I forgot what type of
the
twist.
broccoli thing. The lock thing. Whatever that was happening. But now it's like a high top.
I haven't seen no pictures. No, I don't be looking at for these celebrities like that. Even though we're sitting there talking about.
I don't think I want to look at these celebrities. I feel like we're forced to look at these celebrities. Like, as soon as you hit, and it's like, it's because we all have social media or whatever. It's like, as soon as you open up something, boom, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we're so, what is the word? I don't even, that's another topic to get into.
So I guess wrapping up on this topic, I guess my last thing, and this is something that I've been thinking about in life and been kind of like preaching to certain people in certain arenas of this. But I think he was really preaching about to a lot of different sides of society, right? He was speaking to people who were saying, hey, progress. He's preaching to people who are like, hey, give us time. He's preaching to people who are like, hey, we're right here. He's preaching to everybody on all sides of the spectrum, trying to give them things. When especially in the song, My Auntie is a Man Now, Auntie Diaries.
He's talking.
I feel like he went through the whole spectrum of a person. And in another song, he said specifically something that I want to introduce and say, what do you think about it? Is what do you think about giving the ignorant mind time to evolve? Because I think that's an important thing. I mean, you know, we all got uncles and aunties and grandpas and grandmas who they were born in 1932, 1940s. You know, they're 80-some years old.
Baby boomer generation.
And some of them, you know,
generation.
They just like, this is too much. You know, like they've seen a lot change.
Yeah.
And, you know, they like, wait. It does not compute. You know, some things you just ain't go. The same thing's gonna happen to us when we get old. This is the topics are gonna
see some shit that we're not used to, and it's gonna like.
And be like, yeah, that's y'all thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got our thing, y'all got y'all thing. It's gonna happen to us too.
I think. What was it? Should we be patient to the ignorant mind, or I feel like that's such a.
I mean, obviously, it has its.
It's like a
differences, like, you know, or. It can have,
yes and no.
Exactly.
Yes and no. That's a rhetorical question. You know what I mean? Like, it's yes and no, because why? Yes and no. How long do we give a person?
I guess that's the real thing.
You know, how many chances do you give a person when you told this, when you, like, for instance, this is probably great for this topic. Remember, the beginning of the pandemic. Right? We're stuck in the house. This is like maybe month 2. We find out Ahmaud Arbery gets shot, right? By 2 men, father and son, and one of the neighbors are recording it. We find out maybe a couple months after it happens, right? We see the video. And then Breonna Taylor. And then you're seeing the same thing happen over and over again, right? And then we have this outpour of the white guilt coming in. People saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Right.
What can I do to help? Or I stand with you, or I stand in solidarity." That stuff is happening. Right. It was, for me personally, I don't know about anyone else. Me personally, I was annoyed, you know, because what can I do? Read a book.
Yeah.
Read. Go on Netflix. Ava DuVernay's the Fourth Amendment was on Netflix. What was it? The Fifth Amendment. Her documentary was on there.
Mm.
13th,
the 13th Amendment.
I'm so sorry. Ava DuVernay's The 13th Amendment was on Netflix. Read a book, research, go on the internet, whatever the case is. Like, how many times, how long can we be patient to the ignorant mind?
I hear it.
But at the same time, you want to be able to help educate that person. But you get tired of doing the same thing over and over again. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. Some people don't want to do it, and then you have others who want to be able to help educate the uneducated,
I
the ignorant. Agree. So it's just like it's a hard question.
We have our grandparents and parents who are slow to different things and whatnot, who we do give grace to, but then you do have those situations like you just said where it's like, come on, you've been seeing this for the longest time, but. Then that's the reason why I agree with you when you say yes and no. I guess for me, with more nuanced topics, I think it's like, sometimes you have to give people time to one, especially if it's new to them, because especially if it's new to them and you see that they're trying to understand and like they just don't, they just might not get it.
Yeah.
Then it might take some time for them to get to a point where it's like, okay, now I finally understand where this person is coming from. Yes, sometimes we get, and just like in a situation where you're saying, where it's like, damn, we've been saying this shit for this long. How the fuck can't you see this? Like, I can't be the one to explain this stuff to you all the time. It's like, how can you see it? And I'm just gonna be real. I agree with that, with everything that comes with Black people, just because it's been happening for years on end. It's like, you can't not say you didn't see this. It's like, ain't no way in hell you can say that you ain't see it. I'm like, we got lynched in the 60s. Y'all kept us out of everything, tried to keep us out of everything in the 70s.
Yeah.
Put crack on us in the 80s. Y'all said, finally, okay, come on in the 90s.
You're still framing us. Like, come on. Like, when it comes to, like, when you're talking about, our parents, our grandparents and stuff like that, that's different, too. Because it's like, they came from a whole generation of keeping quiet and silent, or not asking for help, or stuff was different back then from where it is now, where you have to like explain certain things. Like now we have to use pronouns. Mm-hmm. Some of I'm pretty sure 95% of our grandparents do not know. Now, what's the difference between they and them?
Oh, you can't.
Like,
I'm gonna be real. If I'm 85, no, you're not gonna tell me that the English that I've been speaking for 85 years, I'm gonna have to tailor for you. Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest.
You're beating a dead horse.
Just give that argument up.
Yeah, just give it up. Because you're gonna get mad.
Yeah, you're gonna get mad, and they're gonna be like, "So what?"
Yeah, I'm not learning nothing new. Like
making me change my English.
It was this SNL skit with Alexa and old parents, the old generation. Oh my God, that was so funny. Like Kenan Thompson was like saying Alexa or Amanda, like they were saying it the wrong. It was funny.
And it'd be funny to watch that happen in real life, and you'd be like, how don't you? And that's why you just have to just let it go. It's like, how do you call Alexa Alex or Alexis? Like, how does that happen? It's Alexa. And that's when you gotta be like, you just
Kate McKinnon was like Allegra. I was dead. She's like, Allegra. But yeah, that question is very hard to answer.
Oh man. But I think that we went through it's definitely hard to answer. That was going to be like the main topic for today, but honestly, it's something that's very, and we may come back to it, but I think it's something that everybody has to go into it, because I'll tell one quick story about it, then we can break to the next segment. But like, I worked with a woman who, while I was in Springfield, Illinois, I worked with a woman who I knew was racist. Mm-hmm. I knew, actually two of them, because one of them said she didn't know nobody was there, and she was just working, and all of a sudden she was like, "Hey, why do we work with like programs and things of this nature with a lot of people who were Hispanic and Black."
Yeah.
And then she didn't know I was there. I was the only person who was there during lunch and whatnot. She's like, "What are all these names on these sheets that we have? Yesenia, like a bunch of Hispanic names.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into it or whatnot. I just remember hearing Yesenia and Yasmin.
Yeah.
Those are the two I heard. And then I was like, should they have easier names? Like, and I said my name like Courtney and Carla and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have a white woman's name. I know that. I can acknowledge that. That's why I call myself Cornell. Anyway, yeah, it was like, so basically after that, I knew that this person was, racist to a certain extent. I knew that this other person was more racist than this person. So
workplace racism is always the worst.
Exactly, because I'm like, I have to work with these people. You know, like the person that was above us, he was the most progressive person ever. So I'm like, how the fuck did these people get underneath you in the first place? So, and he was one of the person that told me like, be careful with these folks. And so I said to say like, I had to work with an ignorant mind. Yeah. And like, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I had to get through it if I wanted to make money. So I had to navigate certain things, and at the end of it, and I'm not saying to say like, oh, I became her favorite Negro, but at the end of it, she gave me this weird book. Like we had a lunch and talked by ourselves, and I could tell she'd never done some shit like this before, and she was like, and and not to say that I was supposed to be the person to do this for her, but she actually like enjoyed a black person. And she gave me a book. Experience. Yeah, exactly. And she gave me a book after that. That's some of my strength building and whatnot. She's like, "You're gonna go far."
That's nice.
And I was like, I was like, I applaud you, racist white woman. You actually had a moment. And that's why I say like, sometimes I'm not saying that I had to do that for her. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm like, I gave an ignorant mind time to.
That should be just like a whole another topic of.
Yeah, that's why I say
racism in the workplace, and like being it within your own race. Like, but that's just for another day because I have so much to give on that topic. Let's move on.
We're actually going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with vital information.
We're waiting for Dan to come pick me up, bro. Shit, I gotta go. Ooh, my African queens, y'all sitting here looking like Storm and Joe Jackson just had a couple babies. Dr. Umar is like, hey, bootylicious angels. I know one of y'all got supersonic hearing. What we doing? What y'all doing? Oh, y'all think y'all about to just bounce on me? Oh, y'all think y'all finna get away from me? Nightcrawler ain't got nothing on me.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Boom, now what?
Zap him? Mm-hmm. Let's zap this nigga. Let's go. Let's go. Dusty. Fry nigga.
Damn, y'all could've just said no.
All right. This is a portion where we talk about everything that's going on in the world.
Current events. Let's do it.
Current events. So, I don't think nothing more is going on that's more important than this liquid gold. That white powder. That not white girl. I was about to say that white powder, but it's that white liquid. That white liquid
gold.
That
for the babies, for the babes.
That tit mix. And we're talking about titty milk, the breast milk, y'all. I was about to say it's a breast. I wrote actually there's a breast milk shortage down here, but there's actually a baby formula shortage. What I meant to say.
Fix that a little bit.
Let's flip the narrative there. In case y'all haven't noticed, baby formula is at an all-time shortage right now because there was contamination in the factories that made them.
Pretty big. It's pretty major.
A lot of babies actually have been suffering. That have been using said formula, so they took them off the shelves. So people everywhere have been going, I don't want to say going crazy, but
trying to find ways of getting some type of alternative for their formula or to feed their child. This is serious. I was reading because it's crazy because I'm usually good on current events, but the fact that I didn't know about this until like maybe last week, I feel like an asshole because
you ain't got kids. So
I know, I know, but I'm like, damn, like.
So wait, to break upon that, I think we as like social justice warriors of this nation need to know that some things that don't. It's okay to not know about things that don't affect you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
One day it will, but right now it doesn't.
I was just thinking because like my mom has a daycare. She's a daycare provider back in Maryland, and you know most of the infants use formula or have their mothers give their breast milk, and she freezes it and stores it or whatever.
Right.
So it kind of made me think about that part, but yeah, I don't have children right now. Thank you God, but yeah, I was reading about it, and this is like happened months ago, like in February, that like it was a contamination, and I guess like one of the Similac formulas, a powder from the Abbott company, because that's where it's made from.
Oh wait, they did some bad name there.
Yeah.
My name stuff.
But yeah, like it's pretty serious. But apparently the FDA and Abbott came to this, agreement to get the plant started back up with the Similac formula, a new formula with it.
I wish we owned that damn factory. You keep saying Abbott, I'm like, I wish that was us.
It probably is.
Maybe.
It's probably stolen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
just like everything else is on this planet. But
cousins, if y'all come find me, cousins. I need y'all. Come find me after this mess is over with.
Facebook 23andMe.
23andMe. I ain't paying no white people to tell me where they kidnapped me from.
I did.
But in this case, maybe I will do it.
I did the ancestry. Yeah.
If I can get that fortune, I will do it. But
I'm gonna get the guy to do my. I know we're getting off the topic, but yeah. So the FDA and Abbott, they've come into this agreement to get the plant started back up with the new formula. So I think I was reading it's going to take about maybe, I'm giving a estimate, 2 to 6 weeks to start production. But yeah, apparently like mothers who already had children were pumping up giving breast milk away because the Similac was shortage on that. Like the shelves were empty and whatever. So mothers were offering their help for support, which
yeah, I have heard of that before, but not in such dire situations. But
and you know what? I was reading like, okay, I love Twitter now. Shout out to my girl for getting me back on, Ashley. But I was just reading like, you have so many other comments and the naysayers and whatever. And people are like, well, when I was a kid, I wasn't, brought up on the formula, or I was brought up on that natural breast milk and I'm like, well, some kids don't latch on to the nipple. They don't latch on for like maybe a couple of days to weeks or whatever. So they have to do the alternative and get, baby formula.
Yeah.
So it's just, like I said, I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews. I'm just saying, everyone's not going to be the same.
Yeah, I had to call my mama and say, did I she'll be watching this. I'm like, did I do formula or titty milk? She said formula. I thought you was woke.
No.
You said, nah, you drank formula, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think nothing of it. That's why
you are one of my formula babies.
Yeah.
I don't know if my
I just always hated.
I think I
hated the word formula. I was like, wait. We feeding babies something called formula? Like, that just sounded wrong. I was just like, can we call it something differently?
What do you want to call it? Like almond milk?
Something. It's like
maybe almond milk.
Baby juice. Baby juice. Formula.
Yeah. I mean, it does sound like a little.
I mean, that's taking all the.
It's very scientific.
Yeah, that's taking all the necessity out of it. It just sounds
nurturing and very warm, like breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds very.
Breast milk. You make my day.
Yeah, the formula sounds very scientific and just very brought up in a lab.
Baby back home.
Yeah.
But no, I guess I brought it up to say like, and you kind of talked about it as well. Obviously, Twitter and Facebook of the world have been going back I've seen so many people go back and forth over like, people like, well, this is a well, they be like, well, y'all should be breastfeeding anyway. But then you have the women who can't breastfeed, obviously, and if, or babies don't latch on. There's a million different reasons for why that can't happen or not. And then there's also people who are like okay, yes, there's though they acknowledge all the situations, then like give natural alternatives for things that can happen. I've never seen, and these are all new arguments for me, so I don't know if any of these things work at all. So
and that's just like goes with what else is going on in the world today, among other things. Men should not comment on this.
I will say I've been saying both male and female. I've been saying, female don't fly in the world.
Okay, let me backtrack. Let me backtrack.
But I agree, and that's why I asked that why I asked that next question. That's why I went into that. That's why I was leading into that.
I see, you sneaky bastard.
Yes, because I knew that was gonna pop up, so I was gonna say, so how can we help?
It's just like, I don't know. I know. I don't know. It's like an easy scapegoat to say when you don't really want to say the truth.
Because you got, obviously a father, so you're like, okay, what I got to do too? Let's figure it out. So, obviously there's some who I say, some who are like, put your breast, and like, you shame on you if you didn't do that. And then there's some that's like, okay, I acknowledge the people who can't do it, but if you can, this will be the time to try. Or then there's something like, well, if you can't do that, it's something that's like saying, let's figure it out.
Or just
I feel like there's some guys that's like, well, we gotta figure out something. So let's figure it out. And some is like, no, like you put your titty in his mouth, I don't care what happened. And there's some that's like, yeah. So we know we have all of that.
It's just like,
and then it's both of them.
Like I said, I don't have children. Never had kids before. So, but I just feel like when it comes to a woman's body, let her make the decision.
Most definitely.
You don't like. It's crazy because it's like we have all these men, old white men, telling us what to do with our body. We have. It's probably a white president of Abbott, who runs the planet, who, unfortunately they did find some stuff in the formula, but like that stopped. So like that's kind of controlling, that's a control, like they're controlling nutrients for your child. It's just crazy, like what's happening. Like, let the decisions of a woman regarding her body be her decision. When it comes to what can men do, or black men do to help, or men in general do to help, be sensitive.
Of course, I'm talking about black men.
Black men can do to help. Be sensitive towards your woman, towards your partner, whatever the case is. Whatever she tells you that she needs, I guess you take it and you go from there and you guys work together. But I feel like just so many people trying to tell women what to do with their body. It's crazy. Abortions, like, you know how big that is? Like, we're now, and the fact that someone leaked that that information from like the Supreme Court, and now it's coming back out. Like, how many years ago was this? Roe versus Wade, and now that it's 2022, and we're coming back.
1800s.
What is it? History repeats itself.
1832. Don't quote me.
I was gonna say I was never a history buff, but I am getting woke on some history stuff.
I ain't say that out of nowhere. I think I got that right.
Maybe you did. I don't know. But it's crazy how history repeats itself. And it's like this never ending cycle of repeating the same thing over and over again.
No, yeah, I agree, and I can't. I'm not connected to the internet, so I'm not going to spend too much time doing that. But yes,
Ask Siri. I'm Siri. Same Alexa.
nah, like,
She'll take too long.
yeah. But yeah, I say I had to say because I've seen a little bit of it. First of all, I'm tired of the topic, not because it's not an important topic, but you know how the Facebook warriors and everybody come to debate and whatnot. And I seen one particular post where a guy was saying, well, I asked the question first. Do you think that it could be a blessing for us to try to, like you to go back to your point, we saying there could be some white man who owns Abbott. I hope not, even though I know it is.
I don't know.
It is, but shit, there's a nigga. We definitely family shit. I'm definitely going to be like us. But anyway, do you think that going to saying that a white man probably controls this, it's not important, but you think this could be a blessing in disguise for us to find different alternatives to this formula that's made in 2 different factories? I think there's only like 2 factories that make this.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, or I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's like definitely a limited amount of places where you get it from. That's why it's so scarce right now.
Maybe this is, when certain things happen, you know, our community, we tend to rise back up and find an alternative, or we find another way. We're very resilient, our people, our community. Why not find an alternative, or start, maybe it'd be someone to start their own business or company, and a Black owned, breast formula company or something like that. I don't know. Maybe this can be the starter for someone to, okay, maybe since there's only two manufacturers,
yeah,
that
definitely
that produces this one particular formula, maybe I need to start something, shake it up a little bit,
right.
Maybe this is the catalyst for it.
I had to say because that I seen a Facebook post for a Black man that had said that, and then I don't know, somehow I like the last post I seen on it was like, it just got to the point where it's like, stop telling us what to do with our bodies. And then he like literally said, I'm not telling you anything to do with your body. I'm just saying like, this is not, we exist, the babies existed. I think that post was baby existed like, years before formula was made, which means like we found ways to do things. And like all he was saying was like, well, the formula ain't here no more. So what are we gonna do?
And you know what? Like, yeah, babies existed. Breast milk was here way before formula was even thought of. Like I said, I can't speak from experience because I never had children before. But I'm just saying, like, from experience, from witnessing and having nieces and nephews, and I think all of my nieces and nephews were breastfed and eventually got onto formula. Like that transition.
We was all formula, baby. That much. We was all
but it's just like, I guess it's a whole thing, a process thing. Like, from what I'm hearing, like the baby literally has to latch, or you can't force certain things to happen. Like, I don't know like what happened before formula, whatever, like caveman shit, even if that did exist or not, I don't know. But like, I don't know if that was like, I just don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
know, but I guess like,
I understand what dude's saying.
Like, let's figure.
I see what he's saying, but it's just like, and then you have to test the shit too. Like,
oh, definitely, yeah.
But it's just like, that's so. I don't know, man.
I guess for me, it's important. For me, it was a blessing because it's like, no matter what we decide upon, we questioned it now, and like, I just don't want us to be dependent on it no more. Like, what if this happens again, and like it's gone, like right now. So like, we have to find an alternative, whether we like it or not, whether it's convenient for us or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I think that this is the catalyst for it. That's all I think it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, this will be among other conversations that are starting, and yeah, like you said, this will be the jump to a whole new venture of Black-owned breast formulas and baby formulas.
Start
and
one,
stuff
y'all.
like that.
Black-owned breast milk. BBM, not BBL.
Oh my gosh.
Black baby milk. All right, let's get off the titty milk. Let's talk about a guy who actually made a joke about titty milk back in the day. David Chappelle.
Yep.
David Chappelle was speared on stage, and I had tickets to go see it that night. But thank you to some friends of mine, I didn't get to see it live.
David Chappelle was speared.
Yes, he was speared. It was actually quite. He got speared very hard too.
He did.
He caught Dave Chappelle off guard, very bad. Dave Chappelle was turning around and was definitely greeted by a man coming straight into his gut. So much that Dave Chappelle, you can tell his mind was like, what the hell happened? Hold on, wait, that nigga beat me up. Hold on, get up. It was like, hold on, I'm the talent. I am the talent.
Exactly.
And he said, hey y'all, sorry, but I'm still a nigga. I gotta go beat this nigga ass. Hold on. And proceeded to go stomp him out.
Crew came, like his friends.
Beautiful.
That's friends. Like
that's real friends.
Coming from backstage.
How many
like I heard it was with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes was there.
Jon Stewart. I heard got some licks in too. Jon Stewart. Daily Show.
I don't like inviting everybody to cookouts and stuff, but like maybe
you stalked the man out.
But like, come on, Jon Stewart. Who else was there? I don't know. I just know
it was a block party after that. I know that much.
It was just. I just know from what I heard. Like
it happened less than 5 miles away from you.
At the bowl, right?
Yeah.
I saw pictures and it looked like Homeboy had his arm was broken. His arm was broken.
Like,
that joint was like
I can't even do it. It was bad.
You know when Peter fucking falls on the ground?
Oh
like
yeah.
That like that. It was just all fucked up and it looked very not nice. And he looked hurt and had a gun, like a plastic gun with a knife
gun, yeah. So
on the end.
Yeah. I say it to say like in all seriousness, that man could have killed Dave Chappelle. Like if he actually was, if he was a little bit better at what he did, like he caught Dave Chappelle off guard. So if he would have had that gun out or the knife out and like, Dave Chappelle might not be here no more. So I said to say I've seen some people say like it was too much. They shouldn't have stomped him out. I'm like Dave Chappelle could have died that night. And then what y'all would have been saying?
I hate it because I don't even want to bring it up or whatever. But it's just like it just.
People can say anything in the aftermath.
Yeah, of course. You know, people can hide behind stuff and write whatever. But like, it's just it brings up that damn slap across that you heard across the world, and it's like
young Willard.
Yeah.
Will Smith's real name is Willard. In case y'all didn't know that.
I thought it was William.
Nah.
So
Willard.
I'm wrong.
My favorite actor.
Tough break kid right now.
Willard.
Take a break right now, but it's just I don't know, man. It's too much happening right now, and it's too much happening, too much chaos happening, and I feel like there's no boundary. Like the boundaries are not even there anymore between, I guess, celebrity and fan or whatever. I don't know. Like it's just so. I just always come back to this. We don't live in a real world.
No, we don't.
Ever since this whole pandemic, and it's still happening. We're still in a pandemic, guys.
I think previous to that, but I think that's sped it along.
Oh yeah, but I just think the pandemic and being locked down for however long, couple months we were, has just made it more clear how crazy, fucked up, weird this world we live in. And how, like, you know, we are desensitized. We're numb to the fact that we see shootings every day, but it's like, oh, okay, I've seen this last week. People going up on stage doing crazy shit, or, you know, this social media life, and, you know, what's the difference between reality? Where's that boundary at?
There isn't one anymore.
Exactly. You know, it's mind blowing, and I'm just trying to be black and
be black, young and beautiful.
young, black and beautiful, and live day by day in this crazy ass world.
Yeah,
but,
I think. Well, go. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I think like more and more people are getting siloed into their beliefs, and when that happens, people get more and more caught into that belief. So like they find more ways to latch on to what they believe, and when that happens, they can find more nuanced thoughts and whatnots, and then they just don't accept anything else outside of that.
Yeah. Where was security?
I mean, that's like a great question.
Before.
That's a great question.
When you go into the Hollywood Bowl, I'm pretty sure with all these, big events or whatever, you got to go through some type of security, right? Mm-hmm. A metal detector or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's Dave Chappelle, so he's like up there with like the greats and stuff, right? A-list, he's great, fabulous, funny. Why security or whatever the fuck? Why weren't they diligent enough to like find it beforehand? Was it in his ass? I have no idea. I have all the questions in the world. I heard
they weren't checking anything during that time, so I think that was really what it was.
And see, that's the thing too. Like, why not? We don't know if this is true or not, but you heard this, so this could be a rumor. But why?
Yeah.
So they dropped the ball.
They definitely did. So,
but I digress. Whatever.
I guess my topic of that was: do you like doing hood rat things with your friends, even when you become famous?
Of course, of course. All the time. Like I miss doing hood rat things with my friends. And I feel like this fucking COVID has like put a halt on me fulfilling my hood rat things with my friends, like really like going out and doing stuff, being social. So antisocial now. I'm more aware of it. But getting off a topic, I think you should always, if you have that in you, and if you never stop doing hood rat things with your friends, why stop when you're famous or you reach that level of success? You're still having fun. Like, turn the fuck up. Like, what about you?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, if I could do something like that, if I could stomp somebody out on stage and just like to tell everybody,
oh yeah,
this ain't happening no more. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay, we're talking about that type of rat things with our friends.
I'm talking about like hood rat things.
Oh, hood rat things.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm talking about fun.
Some things I don't even want to say on camera. I ain't never done these things before, but I would like to do them.
Oh, okay.
One day.
Alrighty. I hope you do.
I'm talking about walk around with choppers on IG Live. What you mean?
Some machetes and shit. I ain't never done that before. No, I'm not doing that. It's too many hops.
Yeah, I know.
But
boys.
I know. Was it the free YSL?
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Hey, Rico. And I ain't talking about Nasty.
I love her.
Shout out to Rico Nasty.
But yeah, I need my squad to be like that. I'm such a loyal person, and I would hope. I know my friends are loyal. I have a small group that I like to fuck around with. So yeah, have my back. I have yours. I remember I was in college and I went to Hampton University. My friend Mia went to this bar in Virginia, somewhere downtown in Hampton, this club, drunk, and all of a sudden I see you see chairs or whatever, some chaos happening, and I see one of my friends fighting or getting tossed across the room, and she's short. And Mia and I and some other girls just hop right in and start wailing in. This is my first fight ever, for real. I remember I had my earring snatched out, and my ears were my earlobe was bleeding. I was like, oh shit. It was such an adrenaline rush. But at the same time, it was like, this is my first real fight. This is so cool. Oh yeah. I wasn't like Molly like that, but I definitely had my homies back. And if that's hood rat status, hey, let's go. I need gang in here. But not really.
Okay. So no. We see that you like to, control everything in your life and whatnot. So there's a particular show that's out right now called Winning Time. I think it's one of the best shows out on TV. Mm-hmm. It's depicting the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And they have John C. Reilly, great actor.
Yeah.
A lot of unknowns, but they have like Adam Brody, Pink, Pat Riley, a lot of people that in basketball who I don't know if you know or not. But anyway, going into it, um, none of these people gave the authorization for them to do this show. So the depiction of all these people, first of all, is dramatized. So like half the story is not true.
Yeah.
But like the major story of everything happened is true. Like for instance, there's a guy named Nixon, Storm Nixon. I cannot think of Norm Nixon, I think his name. And his son is he married Debbie Allen, I think, and they had a son, and now he's playing him on the show.
Oh shit.
So his son is playing him on this unauthorized show. And he said he went to his father. He was like, "Hey, did any of this happen?" He said, "No, son, but go out there and make me proud." He said, "But you better play that shit like it is."
Wow.
And because it was like there was a big scene where he was like going against Magic. He was like, "Did this ever happen?" He said, "No," but it's basically like that. Like there's like full on, just like I don't want to call them. We just call them lies.
Yeah.
But they say this is a dramatization. It's not facts.
It's not factual.
Just like the main things that happen, like the Lakers won the championship. That's the main. That's basically what the thing is.
Yeah.
So I would say, how would you feel, and would you ever allow an unauthorized depiction of yourself to be put out into the world?
No. No. It's I did hear a little bit about that on Twitter. But I never watched the series before. I've seen it on HBO Max. I have to give it a shot.
You have to watch.
I think with Adam McKay is the director, writer. It's crazy wild that he didn't get permission from these actual people that he wants to portray or be seriously inspired by, but it's their lives.
Yeah, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hates it. He's like, "This is not me." This other guy, Jerry West, was like, "Can you please take this shit off TV?" Like everybody, and these are the main characters of the show.
Wow. See, it's crazy. Like, why didn't he? Was he being like what? Maybe
he probably knew that he wasn't going to. With the way these people depicted, he knew he wasn't going to be.
Like he already knew from jump if this never happened. So like, let me just go ahead and rock.
But I think it was the fact that it was like public knowledge or something like that he can do something like this.
Wow.
Like if we're public figures and we do something, then they can do that. I mean, it's like they say. It's like
there's a lot of shows though, like or TV shows or movies that do that.
Like they tried to make Michael Jackson white a few times, like white man. Then the state was like, "Yeah, nah."
He's black.
He's a black man.
He's a nigga at the end of the day. Rest in peace, MJ. But I wouldn't want anyone to write about my life and me not giving the sign off on it. The okay, like come on. Really? Yeah. And like, can he get sued for that?
I believe so. I don't know. I don't know the legality.
I don't know. Yeah,
because at the same day, it's public knowledge, so like it can happen like that. But at the same time, it's no one authorized. This is people's lives, and this could be taken as liable to a certain extent. I don't know. I don't know how the laws work, but I know that they like, no, take this shit off. But yeah, that's the winter time. Again, one of the best shows on television. So I hope that they come to an agreement.
Give it a go.
I want to see Jerry West. I want to see Pat Riley take over with Paul Westhead. It's dope. But anyway, some crazy stuff that's happening. I just had to talk about this. These people have been in the headlines for a long time and they're used to it. Mr. Davidson, Pete Davidson, got a particular tattoo on his neck of Kanye's children. I don't know if they's like, well, it's all of the initials of the children. So if it's not that, then it's something weird anyway. So going on to it, I would say like, first of all, how would you feel if a mate got a tattoo, an unauthorized tattoo of your name, of your kid's name?
I didn't sign for this, sir.
So wait, there's that. That's part one. And then what would you do if your new mate, your new beau, was doing things to agitate So let's just assume that you're not a part of this, because I think she made him do all this stuff. But to add things to agitate your father of your children, you know.
It sounds like you are pro certain person on this thing, but let's just
certain one.
Let's just talk about it, and that's what debates are about.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, Pete Davidson, love the guy. He's funny. He's like a dark humor, funny type guy. But anyway, I feel like okay. I feel like why? What for what? Like I think I feel like I don't know if this is true or not. I read it on Twitter, but it came from a link from an interview he did. And he said that like he tattoos his body, like he tattoos himself, or he gets tattoos of certain things that happens in his life, certain big events that happens in his life or whatever.
So somebody else's kids.
But I personally don't think that's cool.
Yeah.
Like what for what? You know, that's not your children.
Oh, also, I'm sorry, sitting on the lap.
The kids are sitting on his lap?
There was a picture of North sitting on his lap riding in the golf cart.
Okay, no.
Yeah, I had a argument with somebody over there, so I'm like, no, that's not okay at all. I would have been ready to shoot the man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care if he was a part of the family, that wouldn't be okay. Like I've always been taught that don't have no little girl sitting on your doggone lap.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Especially if that's somebody else's kid who you into it with.
Yeah. That's not where it's at. But I saw, I didn't know if it was on his neck or his arm or whatever.
It's on his neck.
But that's just why. I just want to know why. But it's not my business. I don't care about it. I don't really care.
I didn't care about
this whole situation between the Kim Kardashian and Kanye West thing is it's like so. Who the fuck cares?
Nobody.
Like, it's
I didn't care about nothing.
So much news, and the more that we feed into it, the more that we make it relevant.
I feel
the more that we feed these people money, and it's just like, But I can tell you this: I sound like a big hypocrite. That is my guilty sin. The Kardashians. That's my guilty pleasure. Oh my fucking goodness! It's like it's entertaining to watch, but at the same time, I know myself. I do it to myself. I watch it. I get annoyed, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's like this love-hate battle between the Kardashians and myself, Hulu and myself. But it's just weird. Why? We're feeding more into it, talking about it. Kim and Kanye, the whole divorce. At first I thought, why is Kanye doing this to Kim? Because it kind of gives off abuse, verbal abuse, all this back and forth stuff going on social media, him calling her out and stuff. At one point I was
she agitating his ass.
And then other points I'm like, okay, I'm team Kanye, the whole him not being invited to the birthday party. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cringe. Why isn't the father going? But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. But what was the other one? What would I do if my partner was feuding with my ex-husband? Husband, partner, whatever, child, baby father.
I got you.
Why are you fighting with him in the first place? Why are we taking it there to the first place? Like, it's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's childish. That's what it's like. It's giving off high school.
Very much so.
A high school musical. That day, Kanye tweeted this Avenger Civil War poster thing. You have to look it up. It was like a Avenger Civil War thing. One side, remember, one side was Iron Man, the other side was Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
One side was Kanye, and the other side was Pete Davidson. And it was Kanye West, Travis Scott, some other people on his team, and the other side was Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, and then the Kardashians. It was like so funny and weird. I was like, this is not real. This is. I don't know.
Oh wow.
What would you do?
I would have killed Pete Davidson by now. You know, like he did in his videos. So yeah, Kanye did what he wanted to do to Pete. Once I seen the neck tattoo on sitting on the lap, I was like, all right, this is like somebody gotta hurt you. Yeah. That's what I would have did. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. He would have got touched by all the other stuff, I don't know. But when you brought my kids into it, you would have got hurt.
Yeah, because that's always a sensitive topic. And
especially like I've been brought up, never have nobody else's kids in your lap. Then you have my kid on your lap? Oh yeah. Well, where we meet, bro?
Yeah, like I feel like that. Why again?
Yes,
I don't know.
why?
Like that makes no sense.
Now I did.
And maybe it could be.
I don't even respect you anymore because I'm like, oh, you just trying to. You're literally. That's what I was like. Oh, he's trying to agitate him.
Agitate him.
So I was like, oh.
I don't like. I wish I could be a fly on the wall with certain celebrity drama life, and it's like, what's really happening on? But like, I'm just like, I don't have that energy nor time. When you have kids in the middle of like these situations, when it comes to like parents going through divorce, like my parents never divorced, or I would never experience a whole divorce situation. But you got to be on the kid's side,
yeah,
because I don't know. It's who gives a shit?
I agree. And with that concludes our Vital Information segment.
Vital Information.
We'll be back with more. See you soon.
Somewhere in America, an essential worker is heading to a job they just can't stand. Small businesses are struggling because you can't pay your employees with thoughts and prayers. Parents are having their very last nerve worked by badass kids of all kind. Even the elderly are returning back to the workforce, doing something strange for a little piece of change. This is America, and the struggle is real. With their government constantly playing in their face, these people need help. But with your generosity, you can sponsor an American for as little as $1 a day. Your contribution can not only change a life, you can save it. These people are irritated. These people are over it. These people are blown. These people are just too through.
It's the first rendition of the A.V.Club.
I'm so excited.
The A.V.Club. Here in the A.V.Club, we come to talk about the newest and truest movies out. Yeah, I have Dana here with me again, and today we're going to be talking about the newest MCU movie. Of course, everyone knows that I'm a big MCU fan and comic book fan in general. We're going to be talking about Dr. Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Let's go. Horror fan.
Yeah.
Action fan. Action adventure fan. Comedy fan. All of the genres. I haven't gotten into like country, those spaghetti western films.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my thing.
Yeah, no, not really.
I love documentaries.
Me
too. I just love film. But this is I'm excited to talk about too.
All right, so let's
get
into it. So, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness came out last week, in case y'all didn't know. If y'all have not seen it, I suggest you just turn off this portion of the show because, spoiler warning, we're going to be talking about what happened. Anyway, going into it. First of all, this was the first horror movie of this Marvel Cinematic Universe. Can you believe it? Now I know y'all probably seen it was a lot of different tones and things going on. That's because they were actually trying to scare you. Now it wasn't like, Jason and Freddy was about to pop out or anything, but they tried to do something different. They actually tried it first with technically the first Marvel horror movie was New Mutants, but that was done
Oh, that was
and it was terrible. So we're gonna
okay. You
that.
said it was terrible.
It was Fox and it was terrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about that.
2-year wait too. They kept changing the release date, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be some good shit."
Yeah.
No. I watched that shit.
I mean, you knew what was happening as soon as it came on. You're like, okay, well, she's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, not even talking about that. Marvel has missed. The Fox universe has missed a lot, but we're not even here to talk about that. With this movie, like I said, it was the first horror movie, and it was the first movie to kind of connect a lot of different universes together, obviously with the Multiverse of Madness. We've seen some characters, obviously Professor X from the 90s, a 90s cartoon sitcom came in and made an appearance in the Illuminati. In case you didn't notice, he did have that famous green suit on and that yellow floating chair.
He came in with the yellow wheelchair, the yellow Elon Musk wheelchair.
Yeah, Elon Musk. One of the things I actually found that was interesting about the original trilogy that had Patrick Stewart as Professor X is that they were told on set to not read any of the comics. They said that if they found comics, they would burn them on set.
Wow.
And so Kevin Feige, the guy who runs Marvel MCU now, would try and give people comic books and whatnot. So that's why they had no comic book accurate information.
So they literally came in the first X-Men 3
yeah.
with no expectations, not coming in blind, not even knowing. Even if they did know, they didn't know.
Right. So that was all the suits and everything. No one had their authentic suits. They're all black suits and whatnot. And so that was the point of that. But that's just
that's so cool. I didn't know that part.
Easter egg. So yeah, this connects all Marvel universes. Like I said, you've seen that there were a lot of different versions of different people, and they basically were just dropping. If you're a comic book reader, then there's different universes. There's an Ultimate Universe.
Can I just say something real quick? I, Dan Flowers, did not see this film yet.
Oh my god!
And I feel like I've seen it because of Twitter.
Yeah.
This Twitterverse, this Twitter universe.
She asked to talk about this.
Has captured everything for me because I literally did not see the film. It came out last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw it. It's crazy. As soon as it came out, spoilers came out. It was like, Dana, don't even go on Twitter.
I had to go see it Thursday night. I was like, no, I can't wait.
No, I wish I was like that person again, but I didn't. But Twitter was literally my movie theater of watching all the all the big scenes, the shocks, the surprises of, oh my gosh, he's really in it, or it was mind blowing. So I have to give a shout out to Twitter for cheating me of that and not allowing me to fully see the film before actually seeing it. It's whatever. No harm. I have no harm feelings or no bad feelings towards it. But let's continue. Sorry about that.
I know, all good. Yeah. So all I was saying is that it connects all the Marvel universes together so far. This is further we're gonna get into the Fox universes. The X-Men are gonna come and whatnot. But we did see a few people come in as Mr. Fantastic came in. As I said, Patrick Stewart came in as Professor X again.
Talk about the Marvel universe, for people who don't understand or know, even if this is their first time watching.
Oh yeah.
What's the So universe? What is that?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU as they refer to, is all of the actual films that were made ever since Iron Man was made. So not the Sony films. So none of the
Amazing Spider-Man.
None of the Amazing Spider-Man does well. They do connect now because obviously he came in Spider-Man No Way Home, but that's technically a different universe from the MCU.
Yeah.
So that's a different Peter Parker, and obviously the 1999 with Tobey Maguire is a different universe as well.
That was 1999.
Yeah, it's 1999.
Yeah, I at least thought it was 2000.
I'm
That's
pretty sure it's
crazy.
1999.
I
I could be
remember
wrong.
going to the theater seeing that.
I remember I was in the theater too. That's why I remember.
Damn.
So
Okay.
technically, those are not. Technically, now they are a part of the MCU because we've seen them come into the movies and whatnot. We have seen Patrick Stewart obviously come into the movies now. So now X-Men. Well, this is the cartoon series that is now a part of the MCU, and they actually are bringing back the cartoon series. They're rebooting it from when they got rid of it in the 90s.
Oh.
So that's gonna be. I can't wait to see that as well. And I think what other universes are out there? Like Blade is a part of this now.
I'm excited to.
And I can't wait to see that come out. And those who don't know, Blade has already made his debut into the MCU at the end of Eternals. Yes, I know y'all hated that movie. I didn't watch it, but at the end, when Dane Whitman grabbed the ebony blade, you heard someone said, "Are you afraid that are you ready to wield that, Mr. Whitman?" That
Sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
was Blade.
Wait, what?
A lot of people hated Eternals. I
hated it too, but I think I watched it twice because I hated it the first time I had to watch it again. But where was that at?
That was at the end. It was one of the
very end because it was
credit scene.
Weird because I thought, was that before the whole random Harry Styles making an appearance?
Nah, that was at the end. That was after like the the last.
So when they were taken from.
Remember at the very end when he was like opening up the sword case.
Then I gotta watch.
He opened it up. He said, "Are you ready for that, Mr. Whitman?"
I think like after I saw the Harry Styles thing, it's nothing against him, but I was like after I saw that, I think I was like, all right, I'm done. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think you'll like that movie if you like Greek mythology, because like it's basically about Greek and Roman mythology.
Oh yeah, I pretty much captured that part too.
Yeah, I mean, Cersei is Makari is Mercury or Hermes, however you want to say it. But anyway, yes, this movie connected all of them, and one of the things that I thought was interesting was Wanda's journey from WandaVision to Doctor Strange. Wanda is different. I remember it was this black lady that was in front of me. I could tell she never seen a Marvel movie ever. She said, "That bitch crazy." Ooh, that bitch did what? Damn, that bitch cold.
I love it. That's so funny. No, Wanda she's gone through a whole lot, and the evolution of Wanda.
The evolution of Wanda, yes.
Because that's what it is. Yeah. The evolution of Wanda Maximoff from Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
To
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron to Civil War to Infinity War, Endgame to her own WandaVision. And I think WandaVision was amazing. Yeah. It was a little slow burn in the beginning, but I think it was worth it because you had to understand it tied from the first episode to the last episode into why she went into like this whole sitcom thing. But it was great back into the MCU of Dr. Strange. Like I said, I didn't see Dr. Strange, but like just seeing the pain, it was like her own therapy that she went through. Plus even more of her turning up and tearing niggas to shreds. Literally.
Because basically what happened to WandaVision, that was like them introducing the kids and whatnot in the family, so introducing them as a MacGuffin for the movie. And MacGuffin is like the thing that's being chased, so America Chavez will be the MacGuffin of Doctor Strange movie. But it was like explaining her family and whatnot, and then showing how she got onto the Darkhold, and she got corrupted by the Darkhold.
That's why she started to change.
Okay. So I think that's what they're in this movie. I think they're kind of depicting in that she's like a split personality, because they're saying the Scarlet Witch is like a moniker that she was always meant to become. And in the scene where Patrick Stewart got murked, again, spoiler alert, when Patrick Stewart got murked prematurely, he was trying to help someone out of her head, and then that's when the Scarlet Witch was like, "Nope." That was a part of the meme. That's why they had the meme where it was like broke neck. Because that was Patrick Stewart.
Man.
Because everybody's
So
like, oh, he's gonna go get Wanda. Cool. And he's like, oh,
so clever.
okay, Professor X dead too.
Dang. So clever.
But yeah, so I would say she's gone full villain. But the thing is, in the comics, she was a villain for a long time. She was with the Brotherhood, and her brother, who I'm still pissed, died by getting shot. How the fastest man in the freaking universe gets shot?
Yeah, that was a little weird to come to. Like, that was hard to understand that part.
Yeah. But yeah, rest in peace, Quicksilver.
Yeah. And then bring him back in WandaVision, but him not being
So, and I don't know how they're gonna do this. Well, like they had the Quicksilver from the other universe, from the X-Men, come in and be him, but not be him.
That was weird. I was like, "What is this?"
I think somebody was just drunk that day.
But they acknowledged it too. It was like, "You don't look. You're not
Pietro.
Yeah, you're not him. You're not my brother.
But you are you.
Yeah." So I was like, "What is?" What okay, well, I'm just gonna go with it, but it just didn't make sense.
But I would say part of me actually understands Wanda.
Yeah,
actually, a lot of me understands Wanda.
I feel like that's when she first off, she came from a broken environment,
like
lost her parents from a bombing,
and she's blamed Iron Man for that. So there's one. And they were killed by a bomb. She lived with her brother. They was on a run, and then they got abducted. And then in the MCU, they got experimented on to turn into power and given powers by obviously
like lab rats and
But then she lost her brother after they said they were gonna. No, first she tried to destroy the world, and then she said, "Okay, we're gonna save the world," and then lost her brother. And then so there was that, and then she got Vision. They were cool. Then she had to kill Vision, only to watch him come back to life. And she killed him for no reason.
No reason at all.
So then she was depressed upon that, and then she found the man that killed him and was about to kill him. He said, "I don't even know who the hell you are." So that pissed off more.
He was from a different
person. Yeah.
A whole different year from 2014
or 12 or something like that.
Yeah, like. And she was evolving into that, her moniker, her Scarlet Witch, and like for someone to say, "I don't even know,"
she like, "What?
I don't know who you are." So let me just pick off little things from this. Yeah,
and then go create a family only for it to be taken away from her. Yeah, I see how she went crazy. I understand that.
Took an entire city or town hostage, and
she did worse in the comics.
Yeah. I didn't read all of her series, but
she was so powerful that she said no more mutants, and all the mutants stopped being mutants. Everyone lost their powers.
Wow.
She created a whole nother universe. Like Thanos had to have a ring to do that. She did that with her words. That's how Wanda really has been underplayed as far as her power. Now they really acknowledge and like. She could have did even more than what she did. Like I don't think she needed any spells to walk across reality.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea it was that deep.
Yeah, she's powerful.
Yeah, she's been through a lot. Trauma and sadness and revenge and vengeance and bitterness and all of it built up into one, and it's boiling like a volcano. And she just finally
erupted.
Yeah.
So now that we know she went on and did the full Scarlet Witch moniker, America Chavez, introduction into the comics. Okay. America Chavez has only been around for about less than 10 years now. She was one of the characters that I said was brought in for representation. I think the first and only character that they really did this well with, as far as like new.
She was. Sorry, who was that again?
America Chavez?
Yeah.
She's the one that was going through that could teleport, basically, through the universe.
What was her character? What did she's of course she's not an Avenger, but what was...
Well, she's gonna become a young Avenger. That's what's gonna happen. She eventually becomes Captain America somehow, some way. Yeah, I rolled my eyes because
She's Latina?
Yes, she's Mexican.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying she's Mexican is for a reason.
Oh, right.
Well, because she's Mexican.
But
But
but what's happening?
I say is well, first of all, I'll introduce her character. America Chavez, again, has been here less than 10 years. And I say that she's one of the characters that were introduced for strictly for representation, just like Miles Morales and Blue Beetle were. Blue Beetle was a Puerto Rican character that was introduced into DC, and Miles Morales was a Puerto Rican and black character, obviously, that was introduced in the MCU, who's only been here since 2011. So he's fairly new too.
Yeah.
America Chavez is a Mexican American superhero who has the first of all, her name is America, and her powers are to cross the multiverse. So her power throughout this movie was that Wanda wanted to absorb her so that she can cross all the borders of the multiverse. Someone made a joke about that, and I was like, oh my god, her power is that she can cross the borders. And it's taking white people across the borders of the multiverse. Damn. And so that brought up the question, is her representation authentic?
I feel like
she also is the LGBT. Oh, I don't know if her character is LGBT, but I know her parents were. So I was like, oh, they checked a bunch of boxes here. And I just felt like it was one of the characters that I felt like was rushed out. Especially, I didn't really think about it too much until I saw the movie, and someone pointed that out, and I was like, damn. That's like learning Batman has this power with white privilege. It was like, damn, I can't unsee that now.
Well, then like Batman basically said he white
money.
Privilege. Right.
What's your superpower? Money.
Money. But a trillionaire and I have this fucking expensive ass Mercedes. But anyway,
yeah.
I feel like I have to see the entire film and to understand who this person is, because like I said, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
she's
keep
brand
asking
new.
questions, but like that's kind of funny irony.
Yeah, I was like, that was like learning
or sad irony.
Yeah.
It's like
the Power Rangers having a black character
a little bit when you say it
the
like
Black Power Ranger, or the Yellow Ranger being
yellow
Asian.
Yeah, Asian.
It's like damn.
It's like, come on. And
ain't nobody
maybe they were just trying to throw everything into this film. I don't know.
That's why I was like, that was one of the representation characters. It was like
character wasn't that fleshed out.
They rushed this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to see the film.
Yeah, she's the future Captain America for the Young Avengers. But next one I would say,
I hope she's better than the Captain America and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because that man, who the fuck decided
that's Black Captain America?
Let Anthony Mackie be.
He gon'
Captain America, please.
I guess,
yeah. I'm sorry.
But no, next we have the Illuminati. That was one of my favorite scenes. We had John Krasinski, the fan favorite, coming in and being Mr. Stretch, Mr. Fantastic. Again, we already talked about Patrick Stewart. We had Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel. And for those who don't know, Maria Rambeau was the original Captain Marvel before Danvers, whatever her first name is, Danvers became Captain Marvel. So they were just trying to play along with a little Easter egg with that and like get y'all to know that, Captain Marvel was black originally. Actually, Captain Marvel was a man. Now there's a whole little story about that. But anyway, this one was the one that came before. I also, and this is breaking for me, I think that Baron Mordo, who was a part of it, was also kind of a mix of Brother Voodoo. Only because he kept saying brother the whole time, and I was like, brother. And he had he had dreads or he had locks or something.
This
and
is
like,
shit. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Him right there.
Yes, his character. But I did see somebody else who was in the Illuminati. The guy with he had like a dolphin fin, and like apparently his powers were like
popples. This is what we're talking about, Baron Mordo right here.
Right there, guys. The other guy was a part of the Illuminati. The one that
Black Bolt.
Yes. Why did Mr. Fantastic go ahead and say all of this stuff? Like
he can whisper and he can kill you. Why didn't he just kill him?
Yeah.
What mouth?
I was like,
oh shit.
She's going for blood.
Yeah, I
Like,
was
I've
like-
never seen this film before, but Twitter
She
gave
snapped
me
with
the
that one.
entire scene.
I was like, who won this film?
She murked
said, "What
everyone
mouth?"
in that scene. And I was like, what?
You're spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh man. It was cold. Maria Rambo, I feel like she wasn't even really was gonna die. I feel like it's like, but we gotta kill her too.
What happened to her? Did
She like just got knocked over by a statue and they was like just showed her hand. Like, ugh, and then she died. Haley Atwell.
She got like,
Captain Carter.
split in half, right? With her
That
own
was the worst one.
shield.
She got cut in half with the shield. That was I loved it. It was so gory.
I wish I'd seen it.
Get your blood boiling.
Yeah.
Ah, it looks
Grind
so
your
good.
gears a little bit.
But yeah, that scene, that was great. I loved it. Defender Strange, aka Zombie Strange. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Mhm.
When for those who don't know, Defender Strange was another variant of Doctor Strange. Who does a lot of things in the comics and what they talk about. He was at the beginning of the movie. He was the one that got killed and was about to kill America at the beginning of the movie. He then becomes Zombie Strange. And the reason why that was so cool to me is because I actually have another toy to show it.
Oh my gosh.
There's this very famous comic called Marvel Zombies. And here you'll see Falcon, as she said, the zombie version
Oh,
of
he's a
him.
zombie? That's
Yeah.
so cool.
So this was like their way of doing that. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, and they did one episode, I think episode 5 of What If, and that's honestly what you were talking about before, with how they would incorporate the animated series into the MCU.
I thought that was really cool.
And honestly, I think that this was like a live action version of the one where he went crazy, where they talked about Supreme Strange and whatnot, because Supreme Strange actually was in the movie as well. He was the one that
when he was trying to fix we could be playing the same thing over and over when his Rachel died or whatever, something like that, trying to fix his own fate or something like that.
Yeah, and he wound up in that pocket dimension by itself. That was the real life pocket dimension by itself. So
that's cool.
yeah, I like the they did that as
Excuse
well.
me.
Even though they killed them off in like 2 seconds, I didn't understand that. But yeah, I think that was cool. And then how they went in and talked about the Darkhold again and whatnot. I thought that, well, even though, Wanda's strong, I was like, I didn't like how they showed Wong to be so damn weak, but I'm like, Wanda's just like very powerful, so that makes sense.
Wong?
Yeah, Wong.
They made him like a little pansy in this movie.
Basically, he was like being bitch the whole
He
movie.
didn't do his.
He
little-
did, but it ain't work. They actually made it seem
He's
like
still
he
alive,
died.
right?
They made it seem like he died, but he came back and did the movie. I mean, I knew it was like he didn't die. They like threw him off a cliff, but you knew he didn't die.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was like another Earth, then yeah, he would have been dead. But let's see. Did we talk about everybody in Illuminati?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was cool how
Yeah.
they dropped the Earth 616 little.
So what's that?
So in the comics, the
What
main
area code is that?
the main Earth in Marvel Comics is called Earth 616.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when you're like, your Earth is 616, ours is 837. So if you was a comic book nerd, you was like, oh shit, they did the Earth 616. Oh yeah. They dropped the bomb. Yeah. So everybody was going crazy.
I ain't know my shit. Comic books. I thought I was on it, but
Oh yeah.
I
And
didn't know
then
these area codes.
the next biggest thing is when they did the end scene where they had what was her name?
I
Charlize
heard
Theron?
Charlize Theron made
Yeah.
a little.
Just know that they ain't chose her for no reason. That was a very important character.
So apparently, cause I did, Twitter, and then after that, I like went on like Google to like see who's her character, right?
Mhm.
So apparently, she's like the woman version of Doctor Strange, but evil, more
Yeah.
evil,
I would say more.
like a supreme.
Yeah, more like she ain't really got her humanity.
Okay, that's gone. All of that's
Yeah.
gone.
But Doctor Strange and her wound up, hooking up and whatnot. Actually, her and Doctor Strange and Wanda wound up hooking up, but that's a whole nother story.
What?
Oh yeah, they had threesome in the comics. Yeah, the Marvel heads was a little crazy sometimes.
Damn.
Yeah, look it up.
Now I'm like, wait a minute, what? This is like a family thing, but okay.
I mean, of course, they're never gonna show anything like that, but yeah, sometimes I think them comic book writers got bored and was
They get
like, let's
bored.
spice this up. But yeah, they definitely showed that and whatnot. So those who don't know, Charlize Theron is going to be playing Shara, who is Doctor Strange's future wife. We'll see how they do that and how they depict her and whatnot. But yes, that was in a very important scene because I know a lot of people were like, the end scenes are always something cool that leads to something good, and this was bad. I mean, the first one was Billy Campbell. They showed him out the thing we talking about. Sam Raimi directed the movie, and for those who didn't understand that, Sam Raimi directed Ash and the Evil Dead and a bunch of horror movies. Billy Campbell played Ash from Ash and the Evil Dead, and Billy Campbell, if you go back and watch all the original Spider-Man, he was in those movies. He actually was the guy. He was the announcer who was the wrestler in the original Spider-Man who did Tobey Maguire. He was in a few other of those movies. He was in a video game for that series. He's just like a MC or Spider-Man, just Easter egg.
Yeah. And
so that was the reason why he was in there slapping himself, and he was part of it. Just because, like, if you're a fan, you just knew
if
that.
you know,
if you know, you know. So Easter egg. I think that's all I got for Doctor Strange.
I have to see it.
Yes, you have to see it.
I need to see it.
Get more detail.
I know, but I did my best. I did my best.
Oh, you did?
Shout out to Twitter, because without you guys, I would not be able to give my opinion, my full report on this, even though I haven't seen the film.
I just was waiting on Deadpool to step out and see Wolverine step out. I wanted to see a few more people step out. I did.
Yeah.
I want to see Jean Grey. Jean Grey is my favorite mutant, so.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
Not Jean Grey from this new X-Men.
No, definitely no.
Because
they fucked up her story twice.
I was disappointed with her own movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this.
Twice.
It had potential, but
twice.
But the ones with the original, the series X-Men, they did her more justice.
Except for that third one. That third one.
Yeah.
This one right here. This movie, damn it, knocking everything down. I'm sorry. I don't know, but this is the original one. But this trilogy,
that's the good one. That's the good one.
But this is the good one. But this trilogy, yeah, that they messed it up. And then they did the next one, yeah.
Gritty and grimy. It was like watching Belly. That's how gritty it was.
Man, I was talking to somebody who said that wasn't as good of a movie as it was.
What? That's yeah. They're strange.
All right, so we gotta do Doctor Strange. I think this concludes.
Yeah, I'm like, this was awesome. So thank you for letting me be a part of your podcast. I don't get along with cats. They make me itch. But I hope I'm back for another one, and I'm excited. I hope I didn't talk too much or over talk or whatever. But this was really fun. And hopefully I'm back.
Definitely, you will be. So in the meantime, I would say shout out to social media. Shout out.
I'm back on the social media, everybody. You can follow me at Dana, DANA, 2_, last name Flowers, FLOWERS. And you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is pretty long. It's at Southside Freaky Stay Tatted. I'm gonna change it because it's a little long, but if you know, you know.
Yeah,
it's from things shit DMV people say. So shout out to him. But yeah, I'm gonna change my Twitter handle, but at Dana __Flowers.
All right. Link all that will be in the description here if you want to get in touch with Dana. You know, she's a great creative. Put it in one of your projects. Yeah. I think so, yeah. Put her in your projects, yeah. A lot of work comes in. I said put her in one of your projects.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah, some advertising.
I think I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, I think so too.
If I don't try, I'm funny. So yeah.
I mean, if you want to see how funny she is, she's in one of the sketches that are on this channel, the superhero sketch. Actually has not been released because of a certain someone.
I don't even know.
Yeah, no, you remember the one with Ash? It's a long story. We haven't finished that yet, but we won't talk about it.
It's coming. It's coming. So, it's coming, guys.
She's in.
And we were in the
a Granny No Gag.
Yes,
Granny No Gag.
Hopefully I get to do some more of that. So, I I don't like that name, but yeah, it's a character.
Hey, Granny no gag. Hey, Granny ain't got no gag.
I
Granny don't.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, and you know who I am, Miss Cornell Westside from the Best Side, reporting to you live again with the A.V.Club. This is initial segment coming live. Talk to you later. Until next time, peace.